Hi, this is Llyn Hunter, Llynhunter, storyboard artist and illustrator, and today I'm going to talk to you about Krampus. This is the wonderful winter holiday season, and I did a nice little pen and ink drawing of Krampus to get to the mood of the holiday season. And so I thought I'd talk to you about this legendary creature over the speed painting of the same one. Krampus is a character who could not exist without Saint Nicholas. And Saint Nicholas was a character. He was a saint, a person who lived as he was the Bishop of Myra in what is today modern day Turkey. And he was part of the Roman Empire. And he became a priest when his parents died, and he was known for his generosity in giving. He was also known as Nicholas the Wanderer, and he was considered the patron saint of sailors, merchants, archers, repentant thieves, children, brewers, pawnbrokers, toy makers, unmarried people, and students in various places around the world. Often you'll see people with medallions from the Catholic Church that they'll wear to get protection from St. Nicholas. And he was one of the earlier of the Christian saints, and he came to represent a period of giving in the Christian tradition. And so he died on December the 6th, and so they gave him a celebration day known as the Feast of St. Nicholas. And across Europe, we have combined some of the legends of Central Europe and Northern Europe together. The legend of Central Europe, or St. Nicholas, was he would come out on the Feast of St. Nicholas giving sweets and treats and coins and gifts to children who had been good during the year, and he would leave them behind in their shoes. So kids were supposed to put out their shoes or their boots to receive blessings from Nicholas. And that's where we kind of get our tradition of putting out Christmas stockings to get things in the Christmas stockings. And he would get into the house through an open window, or he would send a dwarf, or he has other assistants in other parts of Europe that he would send down the chimney to put those treats in the children's boots or shoes. And we in the United States have combined those traditions with the Northern European traditions of the Swedish and the Scandinavians would have tomte or tomtas in the Norwegian tradition, trolls in the Swedish tradition. And when we had all the different peoples of North America come to the United States, we get Santa Claus from combining all those traditions together with Saint Nick as Saint Nicholas and or Santa Claus, or Klaus as he's known in the Scandinavian countries. Okay, so we have Saint Nicholas then, but along with Saint Nicholas, he was a saint. He would only treat children with good things and leave behind presents. So the folklorists of that area believed that they needed to have a demon or somebody bad to be able to punish the bad children who, you haven't done anything good during the year. You need a bad demon to punish you with switches or throw you in a basket and take you to who knows where, kidnap you and take you away. So along with St. Nicholas, we have Krampus, who came into existence, and they still haven't decided if he is a more ancient god or not, or whether he's just that image of Pan or the image of Satan. He's the devil or an imp who St. Nicholas has basically, he's usually in chains too, because St. Nicholas is in control of him, and he uses this demon in order to punish the bad kids who Krampus will leave a piece of coal, but he's more known for beating kids with switches. And then through that, there was the evolution of Krampusnacht, where Krampus would come in the night and do these things to the bad children, whereas St. Nicholas had the feast the next day, and he would bring the treats to the kids. So Krampusnacht is the 5th of December, and it's usually practiced in basically Central European countries. The list I've got is Austria, Bavaria, Bosnia, Bulgaria, Croatia, the Czech Republic, Herzegovina, Hungary, Northern Italy, Romania, Slovakia, and Slovenia. So those are the main ones that celebrate Krampusnacht, but it's becoming a worldwide thing. And my semi-theory behind this is that we have gotten to love things that scare us in modern society. We're not so much afraid of sudden death as much as it happened at the turn of the century, or even before then. Death was everywhere. We are less likely to experience death in our lives all the time, and we like things that scare us, and we like things that go bump in the night. And it's one of the reasons why I believe Halloween has gotten to be so very popular. We really enjoy Halloween. And then Krampusnacht is kind of our midway between Halloween and Christmas. You have, again, the Feast of St. Nicholas on the 6th, and Krampusnacht is the 5th. So Krampusnacht is a real nightmare before Christmas, and it's been that way since, according to what I can tell from my little bit of research here, since the 16th century, so the 1700s. This has been very popular in one part of Europe. And as commercialism grows and what have you, the Krampuslauf is practiced in Austria specifically, and I think there are some of them in Switzerland and other places where they have a parade of people who just get dressed up in the most outrageous costumes of Krampus. And if you go on YouTube, you can find some of these. They're quite amazing. People come up with the most amazing costumes of these guys, and they're really fun when they're in one of the countries where it's snowing, and you have these people come out in these amazing masks and furred bodied and what have you. Krampus himself, haven't gone real into detail on Krampus is basically a horned demon. Like I said, he's a like a weaker kind of devil, and he is sometimes depicted with his lower half being a goat, or he will have one cloven hoof and one human foot. That's another way he's depicted. He's usually depicted with a really long tongue and a kind of an ugly human face, sometimes a goat face, and some kind of goat horns. And that has gotten more exaggerated over time. And again, since we don't fear the things that go and bump in the night as much ever since the turn of the century. And as Halloween has grown, and Halloween is more trick-or-treat and joyful time, it's like Krampus has come more into the forefront of things. And one of the things I've been thinking is that we have delightfully Halloween at the 31st of October, and we've started celebrating from then all the way to New Year's. We've got Halloween, then we've got Dia de los Muertos, then we've got Thanksgiving, then Krampusnacht, then the Feast of St. Nicholas, Christmas. If you're British or you want British traditions, you add on Boxing Day to that. And then finally, New Year's. So we've got celebration of fun stuff from the beginning of November to the end of December. We got 2 months of having fun, decorating, and celebrating. So this year, that's why I figured I'd bring... I've started doing some kind of Krampus card every year now. Ever since the past 3 years, I've kind of been doing Krampus cards and celebrating Krampusnacht. Because, like I said, I like the idea of that nightmare before Christmas. And here's hoping that you like, that you've enjoyed my little dissertation on Krampus and where he comes from and what kind of creature he is. He's usually much more evil than I've done him here. I have a tendency to really, really like joyful things, and it's a joyful season. So it's like, maybe next year I'll do more of an evil, mean, and nasty Krampus. But for this year, we're going to stick to just fun, joyous Krampus in a wintry scene. And here's hoping that you're having a fun holiday season. Stay safe. Have lots of good food and share it with friends. This is Llyn Hunter, LLYNHUNTER. Please subscribe to my channel, like it, and if you can, come on over to my Patreon. You can get a free download of Krampus there. And I always try to put up something every week, and I have all kinds of fun things on my Patreon, and I will have more in the new year. There's all kinds of amazing things that I'm planning. So thank you for stopping by. Llyn Hunter. Bye-bye.